one at a time, and we'll get the job done. Y'all know what to say. On three. 1, 2, 3.
And the home of the Jets.
What is going on, everybody? The New York Jets are 0-7. They have one of the worst offenses I've ever seen in my entire life. You can question the head coach. You can question the coordinator. You don't have a quarterback. This is a new rock bottom. I am getting ridiculously frustrated. I'm getting bored. I want to take a nap during the game now. And it's like you listen to the head coach talk. I'm like, I don't even have hope for the future, man. I don't. How you doing, man? How do you feel right now?
I don't even know what to say anymore. I don't even know what to say. I mean, I can't. What do you do? I mean, we keep talking about the culture, and it's all culture here. And, you know, it's a witty problem, but it's an NFL problem as well. Because if you look at the history of this franchise, of what we have had to endure for over 50 years, it's the same thing over and over and over again. What other franchise would have to start their season with 6 straight road games? What other franchise would have to do for what? For the Mets? And here's the thing, and this is part of the culture. And some people might think I'm crazy. If you're a Met fan, what are you thinking?
Yep.
That franchise screwed us over to do what? To protect the hallowed grounds of Shea Stadium? They're a more pathetic franchise than we are. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it.
Dude, the Jets haven't scored a touchdown in 2 weeks.
I know. It's all
absurd.
Culture. It's all culture. You look at whether it's Wellington Mara back in the day complaining about the Jets getting too much coverage, the Mud Bowl. What other franchise would it be allowed to allow your team to get allow the field to get personally watered down in an AFC championship game?
Yep.
Just to slow and nothing. It's a big joke. We talked about 1 in 15 in the calls, but worse than that. Let's fast forward to 1998. We get Seattle game. Bad call. We all know it's a bad call. What happens? The league and everybody becomes so apoplectic that after 10 years, we finally got a call going our way. What do? They bring back instant replay. Not that it shouldn't have been brought back.
I was there for that game.
Yeah, so was I. So was I. And then you heard the response from the league that, and everybody in it, like, oh, this is the worst thing that ever happened. We got to bring back instant replay. You want to talk about the 2002 expansion draft? And Aaron Glenn, we got unfinished business here. Let's remember back. He wanted to go in that expansion draft. So in the prime of his career, so he could go play for an expansion team. So miss me with we got unfinished business. You were in your prime. You had plenty of unfinished business here. And then they picked 3 starters, our starting secondary, our 2 starting corners, and Ryan Young. And then let's go. Remember Chad Morton? Remember the Chad Morton unrestricted free agency debacle where they snuck in the voidable years clause? They didn't give it to us.
Yep.
What do you remember about the arbitrator in that case? He was a Redskins season ticket holder, and the NFL forced Tannenbaum. Oh, it's going to be all right. He's going to be fine. No, we lose out again. And you roll in the Spygate. Don't think Goodell, just because he's leaning into all the booing over Spygate, that he wasn't shook, because he was booed off the stage for 3 years and he couldn't stand it. And all those problems after Spygate was, do you think any of the other exposure of the Patriots would have happened without Spygate? And he got away with it, and they got away with it. Could you imagine if they got caught with Spygate against the Steelers? What the reaction would have been? You think it would have just been a draft pick and a fine? I seriously doubt that. And how do you build a culture with a franchise that has never played in their own stadium? Never. Playing in Giant Stadium, Shea Stadium, whatever this abomination is, okay, which is at best a neutral stadium.
Well, it's not a home stadium until you start winning. They haven't won.
Well,
They
how
both
you
no.
put it
It
in-
goes. There's layers too. When
Yeah.
they moved to the new stadium, they had the PSLs, which priced everybody out, including myself, and they kept losing. Where your tickets have no value because by November, December, you can't get rid of them. You can't even give tickets away at that point.
Right.
So and then it's like, and now you have this losing culture where coaches don't want to come here, players don't want to come here, and the owner looks like a complete clown year in and year out. And now you're stuck in this cycle of first-time head coach, all this stuff again, and it's just it never ends. And the thing is, like, this is another rebuild where you have more questions than answers because I don't trust the coach, I don't trust the general manager, I don't think this friggin' offensive coordinator knows what he's doing anymore.
Nope.
And the thing is, we don't even have a quarterback, dude.
Nothing.
It's
We
not
have
like you're
nothing.
enduring all these growing pains. Okay, well, just say, well, Brady Cook went out and threw 40 passes. No, we have Justin Fields, who is terrible, and Tyrod Taylor, who's 130. So
Other than Wilson, other than Garrett Wilson, and I told you by week 10, it ended up being week 7 that he was going to be injured. There's nobody worth keeping. Now, this is a Woody problem as well, but I don't think in the way that I've been thinking and we've been thinking, because we're not the only team that gets screwed over by the league. Remember, the Raiders have been getting screwed over since the 70s too, but what's the difference? Al Davis didn't care how many times you fined him, how many times you suspended him.
But Woody
he
Johnson's
stayed in their face.
Though. Woody Johnson's not respected anywhere.
Exactly.
Because this year, everybody keeps telling me, like, well, coaches did not want to come here. Mike McCarthy already pissed him off once. He's not coming here. Vrabel used us. He wanted to go to Patriots. Any prominent head coach does not want to come to the Jets because of Woody Johnson. And furthermore, because you don't have a quarterback. There's nothing to lure it. Like, say, you have the number 1 pick and you have all this cap space and you want to give full power and probably 5% of your ownership to like a Jim Harbaugh or John Harbaugh, then they'll come here. Other than that, nobody's coming to save them.
I think the
Bill
only
Parcells
option
isn't out there right now. That's the problem.
I know. And I think the only option, it's not Rex. It's not Rex.
No.
It's Gruden, because you have to send a message to the league.
But Woody
Okay.
won't do it.
Shove it right down their throat. Well, that's what it is. Even if Woody sold the team, it would have to be to some conglomerate. You're not going to get some rich owner that the league is
Woody's
going
not
to
selling
accept.
that.
That's going
Woody's
to
not
upset
selling
the
that.
apple cart.
Woody's
It's all
not
go
selling,
along
dude.
to get along.
Woody's making so much money off the TV rights, he doesn't care. But
You
you look
have
at this,
to
look at
pay
this
him.
game, look at this game today. This game was, I wanted to take a nap. I was bored. The NFL has high-flying offenses, all these playmakers. And the thing is, this is all predictable.
Yep.
In the entire offseason, we said, you're one Garrett Wilson injury away from being what? In deep shit on offense.
Yep.
Well, guess what? They penny pinched and Tyler Johnson, Stone Smart, Josh Reynolds. You kept Alan Lazard. All these guys are pedestrian at best. So Tyrod Taylor, when he finally played, which is already too late, drops back to pass. Nobody's open.
Yep.
Because the offensive line struggling, because all of a sudden they see a blitz, they're all shocked. Nobody, it's just, this
And
was
we're
the
worried
perfect
about-
recipe for failure.
And we're talking about the play calling. Why don't they throw more screens? We can't complete a screen either.
They don't try them. Why don't they use Breece Hall? They said, listen, Garrett Wilson's out. To me, it's
Right.
Breece Hall, Mason Taylor, and then figure it out, right? That's what it should be. What
Right.
do? Breece Hall is rotating in and out for whatever God knows reason. They're not getting them all with Mason Taylor. No screen passes, no slants. They're taking deep shots downfield that have absolutely no shot of getting caught. And what pissed me off the most is the same goddamn thing as last week. Right before the half, Aaron Glenn keeps telling us the last 4 minutes of the half, the last 4-minute games are on a head coach. Okay, you're on the 45-yard line. Yes, you took back-to-back sacks. You have a timeout left. You call timeout, and the
Take
one
a
thing
shot.
Justin Fields can do is throw
Just
a goddamn Hail Mary.
Right.
And does he do that? No, because Glenn says, you know what? We had back-to-back sacks. We just want to get into the locker room. That is a loser quitting mentality for the second week in a row. Last week it was like, well, we get the ball back in the second half. This week, well, we just want to get into the locker room. You're a loser, dude. That's a loser mindset.
It is. And I'll tell you this. A couple of those deep shots should have been touchdowns. The
Oh,
Lazard was underthrown, and then the interception was underthrown. They both should have been touchdowns. But this team, they put on that green, jersey, and they can't function. Function. You got to gut the entire thing other than Wilson, because not one of them is worth a damn. None of them.
Well,
And we have an owner that just takes it.
They're playing much better on defense the last 2 weeks. They look a lot better on defense.
Right.
They're flying around. Like, you hold a team at 13 points, you should win the game. But you're right. They missed two. The thing is, Fields shouldn't even been starting the game. Tyrod should have started. Tyrod should have played last week because you want your best chance to win. Glenn finally woke up when the entire world knew the Jets couldn't move the ball with Fields.
Right.
He benched him at halftime. But then
he
it's
should have been benched after the first series. He
100
should have been benched at the first series. Maybe we would have had a chance.
You knew it. Let's be honest. On the first series of the game, when on 4th and 5, when I'm like, kick the field goal, dude, take the points. At least you go kicking field goals. Glenn's like, we're going to be aggressive now. I told my team we're going to be aggressive. He goes for it. The minute they didn't complete that pass, I'm like, this game is over. Because Fields once again doesn't have it. And even his quick passes aren't quick. Like a quick slant, 3-step drop, rip it. It's 3-step drop, hitch, think, and then throw it. He's not good.
You have that. He can't throw the ball, and now he's afraid to run. And
now
you know why he's afraid to throw the ball, I think? It's because how these contracts are structured. It's all analytics and numbers. He's just afraid to throw an interception because it's going to affect maybe some kind of I don't understand where he could get a bonus. But
this is an Aaron Glenn thing, dude. I think Aaron Glenn said they have the fear of turnovers in his head. Like, we're going to run the ball and play great defense. Just don't turn it over and just manage it. And you know why we know that? They told us, just take what the offense gives you. It means dink and dunk. We're fine with that. Meanwhile, the vertical game is completely gone. And he can't play the rest of the season because the locker room's got to be like, are you kidding me? This quarterback is an enormous liability.
Well, I saw on Barstool, and I don't know if it was a joke or not, that the Jets at halftime unfollowed Fields on Instagram.
Yeah,
I mean, who knows if that's a joke or not, but that would be a Jet thing to do.
They did make one big change, though. The game day experience, instead of introducing a side of the defense or the offense, the whole team just runs in now. I guess they're scared of player intros now.
Yeah, they don't want the booze.
But that's what they're worried about now. Instead of worrying about getting your play calling better and your offense better, let's change the way we enter the stadium. It's half full because you suck.
Maybe they'll change the uniform again. Maybe that'll help. Maybe they can change the uniform. Like,
it's hopeless, dude. They're like I had a conversation yesterday with somebody because I was in Pennsylvania. A guy's like a Jet fan. He's like, hey man, like, how are you a Jet fan? He's like, what do you buy into every week? And I'm like, you know what? I don't buy into anything because I can't. Because as Jet fans, you got to earn our respect and earn our trust. This staff right here has not earned it at all because Muji's handling of the offseason with Aaron Glenn's fingerprints all over it on offense is a disaster. You want to give him credit? Oh, well, he got Harrison Phillips. He got Brown. He got that. The biggest problem with this team has been the offense for a decade. Did you fix it? No. And now you go through, you're 7 games in. We have no idea what Engstrand is. We have no idea because either if it is a good play call, they can't execute it, or it could be run. How many 3rd and longs did they have? And then why was Breece Hall on the field half the time?
We haven't had a go-to 3rd down receiver since Jericho Cotchery, which was the last year we made the playoffs. We have not been able to replace Jericho Cotchery.
We have nothing.
Exactly. We have nothing. We haven't had a running back that's been able to work out for us, not a lineman, not a free agent signing, nothing.
The one lineman that actually stuck out to me is Membo. You can see Membo doesn't like losing, dude. Like you can see like this shit is like where John Simpson today, personal foul, which was terrible, false start, which was terrible.
Send him off they should have just cut him on the spot. Parcells would have cut him on the spot.
This is not his first time doing this, dude. This has been like he's got a bunch of the last couple of weeks.
It's 4. He's got 4. And then what did he have? A false start inside the 10-yard line? Yep. Like, just move us back. So instead of 3rd and 4, we're at 3rd and 9. Thanks. And from the 2. Thanks.
There's nothing to hang your hat on. But now it's like, well, the defense has come around the last 2 weeks. Okay, great. That's wonderful. But most of these guys aren't going to be here next year. So great.
Right.
What?
And you gotta look at the opponent. They did well against the Carolina Panthers. Okay. Yep. Bryce Young isn't good. He's not good. Bo Nix is average at best. Okay. Yep. And they're playing in London as well. So you got to I take those two with a grain of salt. I hope the defense stands up, but we're going to win some meaningless game. We're going to screw ourselves out of a draft pick. Not that I don't even know who to take. We talked about that last year. Yep. Who do you even take this year? I mean, it's a crapshoot anyway, the draft. But do you trust these guys in like a draft where there's no obvious 1st-round pick? I don't trust these guys.
I don't trust a coach to put together an offensive game plan, let alone drafting a quarterback.
No.
Let's keep in mind one thing. They put their name with $30 million guaranteed with Justin Fields. That was their guy. They took their shot. Well, maybe get lightning in a bottle. He's a great athlete. He's great that. We're going to build our offense around him. And they've done anything but that. He actually looks worse here than they looked anywhere else. He looks worse than he looked in Chicago. He literally looks that bad. He's the worst quarterback in football right now. And that's saying a lot.
He should be a Cordell Stewart / type of player. You throw him in there at receiver. You do some running plays. You do not let him throw the ball because he can't do it. He can't do it. Like, what was that one? Who did he drill on a 2-out on a 2-yard out? He drilled him like he was going over the middle for 15 yards. What are you doing? What are you doing? That's not coaching. If you don't know that as an NFL quarterback in your 4th season, you're never going to learn that. Like, that isn't coaching. That's him.
But this is like, you have your timeline of, okay, you got to get used to the offense. You got to get used to your players. Obviously, first year but it's been so bad where it's like, all right, you're clearly in over your head. It's not going to work here. You've lost. The players may respect you as a human being and as a guy in the locker room. On the field, they know you're not the best chance to win. And it's clear now. Once you bench him, what you did today, it has to stay that way. And now you're on a Tyrod Taylor who he's going to be doing okay, but he's going to get hurt at some point. Right. And then it's like, to be honest with you, this will be my hot take of the day. If Tyrod Taylor gets hurt, I'm going to Brady Cook. Justin Fields doesn't play the down.
No, yeah, absolutely. I'd rather see this type of game from Brady Cook 100%. Or some guy you just signed off the practice squad than these guys. You can't take it. And let's be honest about Glenn. He didn't win anything in Detroit.
Nope.
It wasn't even a good defense. Their offense was they had a high-flying offense. Their defense constantly gave up points. And the reason he gave for bringing in Fields is, I had to plan defenses against them, and that says a lot about you and your ability to run a defense, dude, than it does about his ability.
Yep.
It's
as bad as it gets. And
as bad as it gets.
And then we say that every week. Like, it's like, oh man, this is as bad as it gets. This is rock bottom. And every week it's a new rock bottom where you're like, we saw offenses that were terrible with Luke Falk. We'd make fun of Zach Wilson offenses. I'm watching this stuff. I'm losing interest. Like, I want to take a nap. I'll go walk the dog. Like, I want to do anything but watch a team play football now. I just don't want to watch anymore because what's going to happen.
This is an organization, if you remember, we're talking about bringing Cliff Kingsbury in as the coach. He started a friggin' game for us as quarterback, and it was better than this. Yep. I mean, again, like, you think you're going to at least walk into a touchdown. Walk in, like, at least maybe he'll throw up deep. You'll get an interception. We got, what do we have? Do we have an interception? I don't even remember.
Nope.
Not even week 7, no interceptions.
Get the fumble recovery.
1 actual turnover in 7 weeks of NFL football. It's not.
And you think about it, they gave up 6 sacks today. Like, the Jets are the get-right team for every defense out there. It's like, this isn't like your high-flying, well, we're playing, like the Ravens, whoever this is. It's just like every week, 5, 6 sacks. And Tyrod throws 2 interceptions. It's just, I want to be done with this. I do. I don't, because I know I'm watching guys play here that aren't going to be here next year, that aren't going to matter. It's literally a wasted year where you want to see all the rookies play. The thing I have is, we're trotting out Tyler Johnson and Alan Lazard and all these clowns. Why not play? Bring up Skinner. Why not bring up Pritchett? Why not let Brandon Smith play? This should be rookies everywhere that actually care and are trying to make the team, instead of veterans that are a 1-year deal, they're going to be gone next year. It doesn't make any sense.
I would be rating other teams' practice squads. I don't care. If we're going to lose, let's lose with guys who are hungry, who are at least putting in a friggin' effort. Because these guys, they don't care. They're there for the paycheck. They don't care. They're not risking. They're not putting it out there. And yet they're not that good to begin with. They're just not. So,
no, we knew it. We knew what Alan Lazard was going into last year. We knew it. So why do you keep trotting him out there when you have all these guys in your practice squad? Now is the time to let them all play and figure it out. Because if Lazard is going to not compete for a ball, I'd rather see a young kid at least fight and scratch for it. Or if these guys aren't going to run the right routes, at least be a rookie figuring it out that may actually be here next year.
Hey, at least we got rid of Aaron Rodgers and Joe Flacco, and we got to see them.
Well, Rodgers in his $60 million cap hit wasn't going to help anyway. I mean,
but it would have been better. I'd take the $60 million cap hit for at least a functional quarterback.
The problem is
he's not going to hold the ball like that.
I mean, that would, like, a lot of quarterbacks aren't going to do that. Tyrod is an instant upgrade. I mean, that's right. But this is.
And he was still running for his life. So
the trade deadline, I would sell. It's like
everything.
The fear you have is that you're going to sell everything, which is fine. You can sell whatever you want. I mean, Quinnen played great today, but the problem is you have to trust the guys doing the selling are going to be doing the right purchasing. And I don't believe these guys are right. I just don't like Aaron Glenn's mindset, dude. I don't. He talks one thing and actually does something else. His walking is a lot different. He quit 2 weeks in a row before halftime. That speaks volumes to me. He doesn't have any sense of urgency during the game. And the problem he has is things that are, like, he talks about they want to feature Brees. You're watching the play calling the first half. They're not even doing before Brees got hurt. They weren't even featuring him anyway.
Right.
So what is Glenn doing on the sideline other than making these calling replay, challenging 1 yard friggin' penalties and stuff like that? It's just he's not the
unless
right
he doesn't
guy.
want
It's
him to get
obvious
unless he
now.
doesn't want him to get hurt, because then he can't trade him. Unless he already thinks
That's
he's
why
going to
Michael
trade
Carter
him.
didn't play today. Michael Carter didn't play today because they want to trade him. There's no doubt about
I'm
that.
sure.
He's healthy.
I'm sure. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of that, because Woody's about his bottom line and how do I make the most money out of this abomination.
It's
and
not
as
about
long as
winning.
he's
This
making
team is
money,
not serious about winning. They're not. They're
Nope.
not.
No, if they were, Woody would be screaming bloody hell by the bullshit calls and all the stuff I went through at the beginning here that has just been allowed to fester, and we just keep taking it. He's worth $10.8 billion according to Bloomberg. $10.8 billion. Get some fine money, Woody.
Yep.
Show you care. Show that we're a bad team. Bad teams don't get calls, but we still don't have to take this. Okay? You think Al Davis ever held his tongue? You think he cared? That's why they have multiple championships, even though they haven't smelled one, and we have one in 1969, because he didn't care if they suspended him, if they fined him. He kept it in their face. And that's why Gruden is probably the only choice to say, because Gruden will come here and he's like, if I can get the Jets to win, that would be the ultimate FU to Goodell and the rest of the league.
This point, Matt, is I didn't make my video after my post game. This is my point, though. What does Aaron Glenn do well? It's not game planning. It's not time management. It's not player scouting. What exactly is it? You can't, there's nothing.
And remember the last image we have of Aaron Glenn as a New York Jet player, chasing what's his name in the playoff game against after he got smoked in the playoff game when we needed a stop. And there he is. What was it? Brown chasing Brown down the sideline for the touchdown, sealing the game. And then he decided we really want to go home and play for Houston. Yeah, he was happy he went into that expansion draft. Yeah. So don't tell me about you got unfinished business with the New York Jets. You had your opportunity as a player to take care of unfinished business, and you wanted to go play for an expansion team.
Leonard Taylor did get claimed. Was it the Patriots? He got claimed by somebody. I knew he got claimed, though, for sure. But this is as bad as it gets, man. I don't know. I don't even want to watch him anymore. I don't even care. Like, everybody's like all bracing for Mendoza. Everybody wants Mendoza. I don't even care about Mendoza. It's hard to buy into a quarterback when you don't like the staff. And the staff is not doing themselves any favors. The more they talk. And here we are. We're 0-7. And the Jets are a get-right game for literally everybody now. It doesn't matter who you play. They're the get-right game to make you look a lot better than you actually are.
Well, I guess after this, I got to start my own Jets rant channel, because this has been my therapy. What else do you do? What else do you do?
Nothing.
Nothing. It's just embarrassing. And you know what? If you watch any of the Dolphins, we'll win a game and they'll end up getting the top pick. You watch, because they're trying to get it at this point. If you watch that disaster, if you saw any of that disaster.
Thanks for calling, man. I appreciate it.
No worries, man. Have a good one.
You too, man. Later.
Enjoy it.
Thank you guys for joining this mess. Go to Jack's in the car. What are you doing in the car, man?
I am driving home from a long weekend and avoiding all of my responsibilities.
Did you go to the game or no?
Hell no. I would never give Woody Johnson 1 penny of my money. I own no Jets gear. For the last 15 years, I've never bought anything. I will never buy a Johnson & Johnson product. I am in no way supporting. I'll die on the table before I give any Johnson $1 of my money.
I'm not spending any money on Jet stuff. No tickets this year, nothing. I canceled 2 road trips. I'm like, I'm out. I'm good.
It's brutal, man. I had a bad feeling about Aaron Glenn from the very start. And it's one of those things where you want to be optimistic about the hire, right? Like he was a good Jet, and the bloodlines are there, all of that. But the minute that he took the podium, I just had this feeling in my stomach, and I felt like he was in way over his head. Number one, I didn't like the hire because the Lions had a first round bye in the playoffs. They're consistently had the number 1 offense in the league. They're coming off a week in the playoffs where they gave up 45 points to a team that nobody had in there at the start of the season, to a rookie quarterback. And it's like, that's the guy that you're rushing to go hire. And they put out they tried to sell us on the idea that there was this like fight for Aaron Glenn, like teams were lining up to hire Aaron Glenn. I
Yeah.
don't think Aaron Glenn gets a head coaching job this cycle if Woody Johnson doesn't give him this one. It never made any sense for me. On the podium, he was combative from the start.
Yep.
And I can't help but think that that's like a Bill Parcells thing, you
Yep.
know, like Bill Parcells came into press conferences and he was cranky on day one. And it's like he also had the weight of 2 Super Bowl rings on his finger that gave him the right to be short with the media, right?
Yep.
Like buying gets you a little bit of equity. It gives you some leeway with the media and you can kind of control the dialogue. Aaron Glenn has won nothing. As a player, as a coach, he's won nothing. And to get off on that start and like the way he treated Aaron Rodgers, like whether you love Rodgers, hate him, somewhere in between, like you don't do that to a guy, fly him across country and just exit him from the building in 15 minutes. Like, so I don't know. I mean, I think it's pretty clear he's in over his head.
Well, I think he is too. I think the problem is he was tough with the media, which is fine. You could be a hard ass. He had that whole tough physical training camp. Fine, we all appreciate that. Where you want to get rid of that complacent attitude. But once the season started, he started melting, and then he was attacking the media for like, well, you guys are going to say this. Like, who cares? Like, who cares what the media is saying? Like, they're living rent free in his head because he's so worried about what they're going to say in all these stories. Worry about your team. But his handling of the defense for the first 5 weeks was awful. So they got blown out every week. And the last 2 weeks they figured out. But the offense has always been the problem. And that was the problem with the hire to begin with, where it was we wanted an offensive-minded coach. We wanted a veteran coach because you're inheriting a mess. This organization is a complete circus. It's a mess. But the most important thing is we need to return this offense to NFL standards. We need a competent NFL quarterback play and offense. And we still don't have that. And that's the problem because Glenn's not an offensive guy. He's kind of an Engstrand to do that. And Engstrand, it's just the wrong way to go because now you're going to hand a second-year coordinator who's having a terrible first year, a first pick in the draft or a top 3 draft pick. Say, okay, Mendoza, let's trust us to help develop you when we've never done it before. That's a terrible idea.
You can't, like, number one, I think he's going to get a second year. Like,
yep, I think so too.
It's not you're not truly a Jets head coach unless you've destroyed at least one young quarterback with 100% upside, right? Like Herm had Chad, Rex had Sanchez. You know, you can go through the list. Gase and Gino and all these guys like just got run through the engine that is the meat grinder that is the New York Jets. And just it's also funny just to see that every quarterback who comes, whether you're a seasoned veteran with Super Bowl rings like a Flacco or a Rodgers, or you're a young guy with promise like Gino or Darnold, like every single former Jets quarterback is thriving in the league as the Jets just continue to cycle through. And no, I mean, you cannot entrust this organization to give to manage a quarterback. I mean, and also like these guys gave like no one forced them to give $30 million to Justin Fields. Like that was Aaron Glenn's hand-picked quarterback, whether it was a bridge, however you want to sell it. Like you had the money to go sign who you wanted. You had a Hall of Famer in the building, and you ran him out to sign Justin Fields. So and all these other free agent signings, like wide receiver too. Like you had a full draft, you had free agency. You could have gone out and tried to acquire someone on a trade. You said I'm good with the guys who are in the building.
It was predictable. But Jack, we talked about this the entire offseason and preseason. The Jets have no weapons on offense. You want to put Justin Fields in the best position to succeed, and you give him Stone Smart, Tyler Johnson, Allen. Like the names are just laughable. And we're like, well, you know, Garrett Wilson's going to get featured a lot. Great, you can say that until defense takes him away, or you can't call the correct plays for him, which is more stupid. Yeah. And then Breece Hall can leave. I don't even care about Breece Hall anymore. But like, they're not even using him right. It's like it's the most simplest of things they can't even do right.
You know, like week 1, I go back to, and we had this kind of like false sense of hope. It was like the offense looked better than I've seen an offense look in several years.
I agree.
And there were some obvious down and distances where it was like a 3rd and 8 and 3rd and 9, and they ran a quarterback draw. And I had kind of these flashbacks to when Bill Parcells and Charlie Weiss used to do that. And it's like, you know, really high risk, low reward type scenario. And I went, okay, at least it's an ethos, right? Like, at least you have some sort of strategy. You're going to take the three, you're going to play really good defense and not turn the ball over, all of that. It's like they can't even run the ball at this point either. Like,
because the defenses know it. The defenses know the Jets cannot competently throw the football. If you can't beat him with the quarterback's arm, why even worry about it? Like, if you beat us deep once, we'll learn. But they can't do that. So we're going to stack the box. We're going to get ultra aggressive stopping the run. And now figure it out. The Jets can't adjust. And then once they try to pass the ball, they're getting sacked endlessly.
I mean, if you have a quarterback like Justin Fields, like week one, we must have seen 7 or 8 read options where it was like an actual option run for Justin Fields. I don't know if the concussion changed how they were going to approach.
I think it was.
Offense with him.
This is interesting. You say this, Shaq. Fields talked about getting the Miami game. He got his leg hit pretty hard, and his leg's been banged up. And he's finally getting his legs back. So wait a minute. If he's been damaged or bruised or injured, and his ability to run is being taken away, and that's his superpower. If he has any power at all, he shouldn't be in the game then. Like, if he's hindered, he should be in the game because it's just.
Yeah, I mean, I can't. Between last week and this week, last week I say this just independent of itself. I think it was enough to just get yourself fired because, and I'm not exaggerating when I say I've seen 8-year-olds play Madden. True. And manage the game better than what I saw from Aaron Glenn.
100% true.
And then you think, okay, he seems to have maybe learned something from going week over week, and it's 4th and 10. Okay, at your own whatever it was 14-yard line, game's over, right? Like we all know the Jets aren't converting a 4th and 10, but you punt the ball there. You're telling me that you think you have a greater. And it reminds me of when Todd Bowles did this a few years back when he punted the ball and it was like he was going to get the ball back with 20 seconds to go, and he was like, "Oh yeah, the idea was we'd pin him back and then get." It's like you don't think you can convert a 4th and 10, but you think you can drive 90 yards with no timeouts in a minute, and even the play calling with that, the game on the line, the sense of urgency, all that, you didn't see it. It was like he's dropping back the pass, trying to go vertical. Like, this is your quick 5-yard pass, knowing you have 4 downs. You don't need 10 yards on one play. You got 10 yards over 4 plays. There's a way to just manage a game to have successfully a 2-minute drive. They didn't even do that right. When he punted on 4th and 10, I'm like, well, that's typical. Like, he's getting the label. Like, well, that's typical Aaron Glenn because that's what he does. It's just. I mean, I've suspected that Jets head coaches have done this for a long time. It's like they want the box score to look competitive, right? Like,
that's exactly what he does, dude.
It was, and at the end of the year, they're going to go, well, this was a 1-score loss. This was a 1-score loss with a little bit more talent and a little bit more juice.
Dude, you're hitting my points.
Close that gap, and it's like
that's what he likes, though, because Aaron Glenn's selling point right now to whoever's listening is look at all the 1-score games we lost. If we could change that around, we could be a 10-12 win team next year. But dude. That's what he does, though. It's exactly how they're playing these games.
And he's living off this Lions legacy because Dan Campbell, I think, started off 0-10 or something. And
I don't care about the Lions. The Lions don't matter. The thing is, what I hate about that is what other coaches did does not matter. Does not reflect what Aaron Glenn's going to do. Well, I talked to Tony Dungy. I don't give a shit who you talk to. I can talk to Joe Rogan. Am I $1 million subscribers? No, I'm not. He's trying to sell things. Well, me and Parcells talk all the time. So what? You're not Bill Parcells. Unless you're bringing him into the building to be your consultant and actually be a general manager, I don't care. Right? To me, it's like they have Scott Turner here. If I was this organization to say, you know what? Call North Turner up. What is North Turner doing these days? Probably sitting around playing a lot of golf.
No, he's old, man. He's in his 70s.
So, dude, that's how desperate I am right now to bring in an offense consultant to save something here. Because we don't know what you got at least Aaron Smith. There's nothing here. We know what we even have.
I mean, I hate to say this, but I'm almost at a point where it's like I think Mike McCarthy has interviewed here twice, if I remember correctly. I thought he's interviewed on a couple different cycles. But
they
Mike
pissed
McCarthy,
him off. They pissed him off with the Gase thing. They pissed him off, dude. He's never going to come here now.
No, I mean he may not have any other options, but at this point, I'm just like. I think Glenn will probably be a one and done. And the only reason why I say this is I don't week 10. I mean, dude, we're in is it week 7?
0-7.
We're 0-7. By week 12, there's going to be nobody at the stadium. You're going to see 10, 15, 20,000 fans and it's going to be filled with opposing stands. So at some point, like, the fans are going to call Woody on his bluff. Like, Woody is paying Saleh right now, and he's got, I think, a 5-year deal on Aaron Glenn. So I know he doesn't want to pay 2 head coaches to be sitting at home doing nothing. But, like, at some point, push is going to come to shove, and he's going to go.
Well, fans got to keep doing what they did last year. Last year, after this debacle, a lot of season ticket holders gave up their tickets, a record amount. This year has to be the same thing where fans are like, you know what? I'm done giving you my money. I'm really done showing up week in and week out to pay for absolutely horrendous football, getting no return on my investment in this stadium that we share. There's nothing, dude. Like I'm with, dude. I will never pay. Like, I'm not spending a cent on this team until they go over 500. That's where I'm at. Like, I don't care. It's not worth it.
Yeah. I mean, I was actually thinking about it today, and I was like, I don't think I can watch anymore. I've never missed a game, and I'm just like, at this point, I'm just like, there's better things to take a nap on Sunday.
I was sitting there, like, I was messaging back and forth to Ian. I'm like, bro, I need a nap. Like, I want to just be done with this game. Like, there was, even though it was a 1-score game, like, they're not going to win this game. They're going to find a way to embarrass themselves. And
I was looking on FanDuel, because it's like, I always like to see what the odds are on these games, and it was like they were down 1 score, and it was like plus 1,700. I mean, Vegas was like, it's impossible for the Jets to score a touchdown. They had and this is the Carolina Panthers, man. They're not. It's the Carolina Panthers, maybe the second worst organization in professional football. And the Jets are just that much worse. Anyway,
that's what it was. Like, oh, the Broncos are great defense. They had 9 sacks. Okay, is the Panthers a great defense with 6 sacks? The Panthers defense isn't great. Like, it's just
the Giants are mopping up the Broncos right now.
It's 13-0 right now.
You know, like, so I don't know, man. It's as
bad
for Jets fans, and like you said, Jets fans, you need to
stop spending money.
Turn it off. Don't spend a dime. But I'll let you get to other callers. I appreciate it.
Good talking to you, man.
You too. Good catching up, man. Be good.
See you later. Bye. Yo, what's up, man?
What's up, Tyson? How are you?
I'm fed up. I genuinely, dude, I'm old, dude. I've been watching so much Jet football for all my life. I'm to the point now, I no longer want to watch this. I don't want to watch anymore. I don't. It's not enjoyable. It's not fun. You're not seeing anything. You don't see a future here. There's nothing to believe in. Like, I don't like you. Okay, you give credit to the defense. Good job, defense. Look good, man. Competitive, feisty, Sherwood, all these guys. And you watch this offense, and you watch the game management. And you look at the head coach, and you're like, I don't think you're the answer. You're in the first year of your contract. I have to trust you rebuilding this team, which I don't. And you know he's coming back next year. Like, it's hopeless, dude.
No,
there's nothing that Aaron Glenn can sell me right now I could believe in, because I don't give a fuck about your defense. I don't care about it. The problem is the Jets have not had an offense for a decade, and they still don't have one. And now your hand-picked quarterback is awful, that he should never play again this year. The backup is 38 years old, and your project quarterback isn't even on the roster. It's an undrafted guy, and Brady Cook we have to count on. That's our hope now, is Brady Cook to see some time, maybe shows a spark. Like, who's going to want to come here? Like, what free agent player? And the Jets are going to have all this cash. What free agent player is going to want to come to a team that hasn't made the playoffs in 15 years with a coach that's going to be on the hot seat next year, right? Nobody's going to want to come here. Nobody. There is no hope for this team. There's none. It's absolutely none. There's not.
Dude, what I was thinking was like, is this Kotek 2.0?
It is. This is the same shit.
Are we really going to go like
this is going to be worse.
13?
Because you know what's going to make it worse? Because this is going to set the organization back even more. Because what you're going to do is you're going to give this regime a top 3 pick and a ton of cap space and not have any faith in them doing anything good with it. And if they blow it, it sets you back 3 more years. That's what's going to happen.
Well, listen, I mean, look, I've been listening to you for quite a long time. I'm not interested in selling Quinnen Williams. That's my guy. We drafted him 3rd.
He probably wants out, dude. He probably wants out, though.
Yeah, but I don't care about that. Like, that man is getting paid money. Like,
if somebody offers you a first, hold on. If somebody offers you a 1st-round pick and a 3rd-round pick for Quinnen Williams, you trading him?
If I'm a homer, no.
I'm not a homer.
If I'm logical, like you're asking, and I think about it, yeah, I'm gonna listen to that. So no, I don't think you're wrong. I just love Quinnen.
We love the players, but you know what the thing is? We need to find answers. And all we find answers is a shitload of draft picks and a shitload of cap space, and hopefully find somebody that can utilize it all correctly. The question is, or the concern is, if you actually do that, and these guys don't handle money properly, you're 5 years away from being anything respectable again.
Well, the problem is this, Tyson. Everything you just aforementioned is true, but like, here's a newsflash: stop hiring fucking first-time coaches and GMs that
Who
have no
wants to
fucking
come here
grit.
though? Think about this recent hiring cycle, and that's it. Listen, we all talked about it. It's like
You're
nobody
gonna Sean Tenenbaum?
yeah, but nobody wanted a first-time head coach here. Nobody did. No Jet fan. Every Jet fan, they're not united very often. They're united this time. They said we wanted Vrabel, we wanted Brian Flores. Some people wanted Gruden, some people wanted Rex. It was this job is too big for a first-time head coach, and we all knew that. We did.
Yeah.
But when you got this guy, you're like, all right, not good, not ideal, but he's a former Jet. He knows it. His resume is okay. We understand all that. But then you watch him talk, and then you watch him coach, and you see the problems, and they're alarming, dude. His game management is horrific. Like, it's just not good. And it's the development of the quarterback, the development of the offense is the number one priority for every team in the NFL. The Jets don't have the right guys in place to do that. They don't. Like, I don't think they do.
No. Like they have no clue. And the thing is, like, we're all rooting for Glenn. And to be honest with you, I agreed with like Prime Time. I like stopped in on the stream, and he was saying like, I'm sick and tired of the fire Glenn rhetoric, and me too. Like, because I've talked to you about this before. Like, you and I both love Glenn, which I'm sure a lot of the followers do too, because he's a prolific Jet. And he's been through this, right? But 0-7,
It's the way they're going about.
This doesn't work in New York. This doesn't work in New York.
But it's the way they're going.
And
But listen,
shit.
But there's a difference here. And I'm not saying fire Glenn because I know they're not going to. And this is just going to be a problem that we're going to deal with for 2 years. The thing is, it's the way you're going about being 0-7. They're not losing 35-31. They're not losing 31-28. They don't have a high flying offense coming up short. They're poorly coached. They're not maximizing any. Like, what player is literally getting you better week in and week out on this team? There's not a lot, dude. You're not saying, wow, like on offense, what player is becoming a superstar? It's not Mason Taylor. It's not Aaron Smith. Breece Hall's not going to be here. None of the quarterbacks. We don't have a tight end. We don't have any tight ends. Ruckert, MIA. Stone Smart, MIA. Josh Brown's a 1-year deal. Like, where's this big nucleus? Like, okay, on offense, we have all these parts we have going forward. John Simpson. John Simpson's a penalty machine now. Josh Myers is a journeyman center. AVT probably won't be here next year.
Yeah, because he's hurt. But also, like, what are the things, like, if you're saying that we should sell, we should do a fire sell,
might as well
for the trade. Who do we keep then? Since we're saying we're talking about
doesn't really like Garrett. The only guy I would keep is Garrett Wilson. Other than that, I can generally don't get.
Obviously, we're gonna keep Garrett. We're gonna keep Garrett. You already said that Overlasky. He was like,
oh no, let me clarify that. I think that I wouldn't trade Jermaine Johnson. I wouldn't. I like players like that. Unfortunately, he's got an injury history. But Will McDonald's doing absolutely nothing right now. Like, you wonder, like, do we even have two pass rushers? Is Will McDonald, Jermaine Johnson guys you have to keep? Because other than that, it's like, to me, it's just Garrett Wilson. Other than that, I don't really care.
We have no fucking pass rush.
Nope.
It's ridiculous. Like, the fact of the matter, I'm watching this game, right? And I'm just like, Jesus, like, Justin Fields, like, even when he threw the ball, like, it was low. Like, it's not.
You can tell he's
not even on the numbers. I don't understand. Like, I'm happy that they benched his ass. You know me. I was like, Mr. Justin Fields. But, like,
you could have benched him in the first quarter.
They should have done.
Well, to be honest with you, what they should have done was they should have benched him coming into this game, because that was what he should. That's where it really began. But Aaron Glenn is ridiculously loyal to Justin Fields, and that's why he started the game. I would have benched him last week, dude. I would have benched him last week, dude.
I'm gonna push back on that, because there's a lot of chat about we could have won the game over here in London had we moved him out, right? There was a lot of chat about that. However, everybody that's in the media was talking about, like, right, you could have brought in Tyrod and then move Justin Fields, but you still can start him the next week.
Right, that's true.
It's not like he's done, he's cooked for life.
Right.
The whole thing was, so I bought into that. But you reckon, right? I'm asking, I'm not telling. You reckon that they should have benched him in London and then benched him going
100%.
into this game?
Well, because if you bench him because your quarterback can't throw a forward pass successfully, that's a problem. If your team knows, the players know Justin Fields is not a winning quarterback. They know he can't complete the passes. They know. Players aren't dumb, dude. So say in our world, our fantasy, our fantasy world, you bring in Tyrod Taylor last week, they win the game. Guess what you have? You have a winning streak then. You're turning the tide. If you're truly about winning, then Tyrod starts this week. It's not about Justin Fields' feelings, dude. It's about what's the best. Your best chance to win the game is Tyrod Taylor right now, which is terrible because he's 38 years old or however old he is. But that's your best chance to win. That's what it is. Like this week, like Aaron goes, I got to think about it. Nothing to think about, bro. Nothing to think about. Name Tyrod Taylor to start tomorrow. That's it. He should be starting. There's no answers.
How did you feel he played today? Like he took some shots downfield. Like nobody was completing the passes and shit.
Look how low our standard is. How did you think he played? Look how low the bar is with Justin Fields. He can't throw a screen pass. He can't throw an 8-yard pass consistently. Tyrod made some nice throws. He scrambled because the offensive line's falling apart. He scrambled, made some nice throws downfield. He spread the ball around, got Tyler Johnson involved, did some other things. Like, all right, he gave you at least a chance to compete. And this is, not getting first-team reps. So to me, it's like announcing the starter tomorrow, let him practice all week at the first string and see what happens. I'd rather do that, dude. I would because I want to see competitive football. More importantly, you want to see what is Tanner Engstrand's offense because Fields ain't running it. Fields can't even throw a ball.
No, he can't do it. And by the way, the money they gave him is stopgap. It is not
$30 million guaranteed,
it is not
dude.
Backup. Yeah, but it's stopgap. Like look at the
it was a reclamation project. They took a chance. They want to have a veteran there, a young guy that maybe, hey, we catch lightning in a bottle, he's gonna be here long-term answer. And we all wanted to buy in because what we saw in Pittsburgh last year. He's going back to his worse than his Bears days right now. He's easily the worst quarterback. He's the worst quarterback in football right now, and it's not really even that close. Because even the bad quarterbacks are throwing touchdowns. The Jets don't have a touchdown in 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
I saw Trevor Lawrence throw a touchdown today in London. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. He's not even the guy that everybody thought he was.
They're winning games. I mean, they've been minus today. They're playing decent football.
Yeah, they lost. Yeah, but they are playing decent football. For me, like, look, we're 0-7.
We're 0-7. What part of this team right now at 0-7 is giving you hope for the future? What part?
I'll tell you, if you really want to ask me. First off, I'm going to say the homie, Garrett Wilson. I believe in him. I love him. I think he's a winner. I think he gives a shit.
That's one player. Okay, go. Look, that's one.
Yep. Right. Number 2, I already mentioned it, Quinnen. I know he wants to go somewhere else, or he may want to go somewhere else, but I think he loves the area. I've always liked him in Alabama, even though I hate that college. But I've always believed in Quinnen, and I love him. Number 3, I'm gonna say Will. I'm gonna say Will McDonald. I'm gonna say Quincy.
You're reaching.
I'm gonna say
he hasn't done shit this year. He hasn't done anything.
But you're right. But
this defense isn't getting sacks or interceptions.
But why do you think that is when they were before?
Because maybe we overvalue the players a little bit. If the interior of the defensive line was being as disruptive as we want them to be, the guys on the outside should be getting free access to the quarterback. Then I hit the quarterback, dude.
That is very logical. I agree with you, but I'm going to push back. I think it's because of our coordinator. I think it's Wilkes, man. One thing we can say about Saleh is that they always did prepare and game plan well against very good quarterbacks.
Bullshit. Saleh's defense has always melted too. The last 2 years they were terrible, dude.
They melted, but they always prepared well. We were all
prepared well. What? Good weeks of practice?
The defense was all. No.
How'd they prepare well last year? They were pathetic last year. How were they prepared last year? How many times did we see Saleh's team fucking not show up?
We got rid of Saleh,
bro, dude. How many? The few times that Saleh had a chance to make the playoffs or be in a playoff hunt, how many teams did defense not show up? How many times? I'll give you a hint. Every time they didn't show up. Prepared what?
But I'm not talking about the playoff hunt. I'm talking about the defense only in isolation, right?
Yeah, exactly. The one that always melted in a big spot, always give up leads, didn't close out games.
But listen, you can go back to your own catalog, and you will always know that.
Catalog of what?
Out of your videos, you said
my videos. They fell apart again in the fourth quarter. They played like zombies.
They bend it, but they don't break, huh? So
no, they broke though.
The offense was letting them down. The
defense was choking, dude. The defense always choked in a big spot. Before the half, they always give up points, and the fourth quarter, they always fell apart and give up the game-winning touchdown. The Jets would score, the defense would always give it right back. Always.
I'm not gonna argue that. All I'm saying is that we know that Saleh and his staff game planned well against very, very good quarterbacks. That's all I'm saying.
And so what,
everything you ever mentioned,
what does that mean?
I'm
Game
not going
plan
to
well.
argue.
They did what? They studied more tape. Like where were the results? If they game plan so well, where's all the results? Where's all the playoff appearances? I'll tell you, solid, and the other staff is actually better than this one, which isn't saying much because they both sucked. Sal's not a head coach either, but his defense wasn't that great all the time. His first year here was actually terrible. We thought Ulbricht's going to get fired.
Nah, Ulbricht was, moving Ulbricht 2 seats down to the head coach, messed up the defense. The defense sucked before that. Did it though?
Yeah, it did. The defense is.
I don't think so.
I think so, man. In a big spot, the Jets' defense always fell apart in the fourth quarter. They always give it back. They never got off the field ever. Never.
They were always on the field because the offense was shit.
Listen, man, you're gonna sit here and just defend like Ulbricht and Saleh being. I don't know. I think they were decent at best and better than this staff, but they weren't good.
No, they weren't good. But I think they're better than Glenn's shit that he's putting out.
So I guess going back to my question was, this defense today, the Jets defense today gave a chance to win the game. They 100% did. They kept in the game against that mighty Carolina Panther offense, that star-studded high-flying offense they have that just runs the ball. But they couldn't take advantage of it. And then a big spot, A.Z. Thomas. That other thing, the A.Z. Thomas play at the end, little guy literally pushed him off. Like, how is that not offensive pass interference? Where the Panthers clinched the game? That was literally offensive pass interference. It was obvious.
No, I agree. Yeah. I saw that.
So this team's a mess, man. I don't have any answers. I have no answers going forward. I'd sell everybody. I don't really care anymore. I keep Garrett, and that's it. I don't care. I just Garrett. I don't have faith. I don't have any faith in this regime doing the right thing going forward either. I don't.
Me either. So. We might as well just keep doing these videos and keep having a drink when we can and enjoying life. Yeah.
Not much we can do. Thank you guys for joining us, man. Appreciate it. There's nothing. I'm in a nasty mood, so I can't watch this team anymore. Like I literally, this was the first time where I think it was late third quarter. I texted Ian. I'm like, dude, I want to take a nap. Like I was so like disinterested in the game because you knew they weren't going to win. Like you knew it. You watched them. It was boring. And like I don't even want to. Like I wanted to do. Like it was beautiful weather in New Jersey today. I'm like I want to go outside. I want to go walk the dog. Like I want to just be away from this team. I don't want to deal with it anymore. So.
Me either, man. But you know what? I wish you an amazing Sunday. Enjoy some really good football. And enjoy your week ahead, man.
Talk to you later, man.
All right, brother.
Later, man. You don't want my heat today, Afram. I'm telling you right now, you don't want it. You don't want my heat today.
I don't want anyone's hate.
You don't want this heat today because I just want to know one thing. Just a very simple question for you. Name 3 things about this team that gives you hope for the future.
Nothing. I told you what 2 weeks ago that did we hit rock bottom? I said no, it's going to get worse. And
it's getting worse.
Yeah, that's it.
There's nothing. You watch like you're a fan like me. You've seen a lot of football. I'm like, this is the worst offense I've ever seen. This is the worst quarterback play I've ever seen. And you know how many bad quarterbacks we've seen as Jets fans? We could have a drinking game of naming 30 bad quarterbacks we've seen and probably not name them all. And Justin Fields is worse than all of them.
Yeah.
That's saying a lot, dude. That's really is.
And the one offensive player we have is out. That's it.
And the ones that we do have, they're not going to use correctly anyway. Breece Hall is being platooned in and out before he gets hurt. That makes no sense. They don't throw the ball to Mason Taylor. Then they have 4 misfits playing wide receiver next to him. That shouldn't even be on the goddamn roster.
This is it. It's the ambulance league, basically. It's a hospital team. Anyone who's hurt is good. Then
and
it is what it is at this point.
But the rest of the roster that was put together. We questioned when they built it this way is a problem too because you don't. Tyrod Taylor could actually complete a pass. These guys aren't getting open because they're not good receivers. You don't have a number 2. You have number 3, number 4. You have like 4 number 5 receivers.
Hey, you couldn't entice anyone to come in here.
No. And okay, to my point now. This year was the first year of Aaron Glenn to bring in his culture and his program, his vaunted program, this big historic program that's going to change the culture here. Okay, at 0-7, tell me how you're going to bring players here where they don't have a quarterback, They don't have a winning culture. They have an owner that's questioned by many, right? What exactly is going to bring people here? Because I think even money's not going to do it anymore, dude. This is where players come to kill their careers or get a big paycheck and get the hell out of here as fast as possible.
And that's why I said this is only going to get worse, because even though I see all the chat comments, get rid of the whole staff. All right, get rid of the whole staff. Who are you bringing in?
Nobody wants to come here. Nobody.
Exactly.
Nobody's going to come here.
You can say Gruden all you want. I'm telling you, there were chances for other teams to grab him with other head coaches that are out there that are much less capable than he is, and they didn't go after him. So what is that telling you? That's telling in my opinion, he's being blacklisted by the league.
But he's the type of personality or the prominent NFL figure that would actually save an organization like this. Because these one-time guys, these first-time guys aren't the answer.
I don't disagree with you. But unfortunately, when you close that door, if you got the balls enough there, Woody, to say, hey, I don't care. I got to do what's best for my team. I'm bringing him in,
But then, and this is to Killer Cub's point. Well, first of all, being a Bears fan, congratulations on having a coach and a quarterback.
Yeah.
I love you guys. Stay strong. A good head coach will change this team. Just got to get the first pick and throw him the bag. That's what you have to get. You have to tank the season, get the number one pick in the draft, have like $100 million in cap space, and beg somebody. I would wish John Harbaugh would get fired. I'd be doing cartwheels for that. But you need that kind of player.
That's not going to happen.
No, it's not going to happen. McCarthy's not going to come here because they've already pissed him off. It's got to be a guy like Gruden, dude. That's it. And it's that there's literally nobody else. Who else? Would you trust a Brian Flores? Kingsbury.
I could think Kingsbury would be good as
Well, Kingsbury would maybe take it because he can actually get his quarterback. You can say, right. I could pick my guy and mold him, and then
just get a good defensive coordinator.
Yep.
Or you can keep Wilkes, and if you get more defensive, some more talent on defense.
Yep.
You could have really solid defense,
yep.
right? But everyone we could get this. We get this guy. Trade a draft pick, trade a number one draft pick too, and get this coach. Why would some team trade their coach when? I would do, and a quality coach that they have for one.
That would be innovative thinking for the Jets. So that definitely won't happen. That's how desperate you have to be, though. You have to say, you know what? I'll give you my first round pick this year, next year for John Harbaugh. Okay, and dude, to be honest with you, I would do it. I wouldn't even care. I don't even care because you need it. This team is going nowhere fast. It's going to get worse, and it's with a lack of talent, a lack of leadership, a lack of quarterback, or another young quarterback you're going to destroy. It's never going to end. This cycle is never going to end.
And then Harbaugh would say, I'm retiring.
Man, there's no.
We're in a very bad situation.
This is the worst. It's like it's just getting worse.
Yeah.
It's because this year was an evaluation year to say, okay, we want to assess what we have in the players and what we have in the coaching staff. Right now, we don't have a lot of players, and the coaching staff is absolutely terrible. They're not good.
And D-Rock, I see it. It's worse than Salah 2.0.
It is.
Because at least he had talent, and we ain't got talent.
Nope.
But we have very limited talent.
But the talent is also on Glenn and Muji for the way they handled their offseason too. They took that approach. The approach on offense was questioned highly, especially on this channel, every week. Because you want to build around Justin Fields, give as many playmakers as possible. Don't bargain basement shot. What they do? Oh, we got Stone Smart. Okay, and we want to see his stats
on the field.
We got Jeremy Ruckert. Great, love to see him playing. Tyler Johnson, wonderful. Josh Reynolds. Josh Reynolds lighting it up. You guys don't know what we have. He's our secret weapon. Really fascinating.
Yeah, I was glad to see AZ Thomas in there for a little bit. He looked good, decent,
dude. But that's the thing when you want an offense, though. You saw Malachi Moore play. You saw AZ Thomas.
Malaki Moore.
But you have
Malaki Moore.
The linebacker 51's flying around, so you have that. But then if you're going to have that on defense, do the same thing on offense. Bring up Skinner, bring up Brandon Smith. Let Pritchett play.
What do you got? What do you got to lose?
Nothing.
Someone might end up, surprising you. But Lazard ain't doing it.
This is. I don't even want to watch anymore, dude. I think they may have finally broken me now because I just don't care anymore. I don't because you can't. There's no reason to care. There's no reason to spend money on it. You don't want to go to games. The highlight of my Sunday is when the Jet game is over because I could watch every other game in the NFL and enjoy it. Like I'm watching Broncos Giants right now. Like, I'm excited about that.
It's like I said, it's only going to get worse. You know, we haven't reached rock bottom yet because there's no bottom right now.
But what is rock bottom going to be?
I don't know.
Is rock bottom when the trade deadline, when they trade away all the homegrown talent that we hope are going to be answers to the picture?
When there's nobody there to be had, and we're getting close to that. Because who's out there? And like I said, the only one that you could probably entice because it's a head coaching position, and Armand brought this up, I'm going to give him credit, is Kingsbury, because he's just an offensive coordinator at this point.
He's the only one.
He's the only one that I would trust. He did it with he's done it with Tyler.
Kyler Murray, he's doing it with
Kyler, I'm sorry, JD Daniels. He knows how. So let him put the offensive players on the field that he wants.
Well, no,
right?
let's let here. This is a really novel idea, Aaron. This is gonna probably shock you. This is a wild shit here from like my brain. Let's have a guy with an offensive mind and a lot of experience coaching quarterbacks, offenses, actually draft a quarterback and have an offense for that quarterback. Wild shit, huh? That's kind of like fascinating stuff there, man.
Yeah. No, I this. We talk about not having first-time head coaches, and I think Kingsbury was a head coach. He's experienced it.
He wants the perfect scenario is what he wants.
Yeah, but next year, let's see if he wants to be a head coach. Where could he end up going?
But this is the only way you get Kingsbury. I'm telling you, dude, $100 million in cap space, and you have the number one pick in the draft, and say, listen, Cliff, we're going to pay you $20 million a year because we have to grossly overpay you, and we're going to give you the first pick in the draft to pick any quarterback you want and build around that quarterback and have your offense.
Yeah,
that's the only way you're going to get him, and you got to hope he's good.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see at the end of the, you know how it changes in the start of the year who's the best quarterback coming out, this and that. So, but that's the only one I can think of.
You'd feel better if you're going to go with the quarterback, not having a defensive-minded head coach and a second-year offensive coordinator coaching them. Like to hand Mendoza to this staff, I have no faith in that because we don't.
If they pick Mendoza.
But they can't even build an offense for Justin Fields. So, or they can't even hold him accountable, make him a better player. He's actually getting worse, which is saying a lot. Right. You're going to have faith in what they see. What you see at Tyrod Taylor saying, "Oh, I saw Tyrod run a good offense." That's Engstrand's offense.
We don't know what his offense is yet, really. To be honest,
after years, we've learned nothing after years. We're going to walk away from the season and be like, we think the head coach is bad. We have no idea what the coordinator is, and we have no quarterback. So this is basically a wash year for the Jets. A wash, just nothingness.
And we were all right. You were right. You know, after 8 games, you said, we're going to see Tyrod back in. So actually, it was 7 games.
Should have been this week. You should have started this game.
It should have started this week. Shouldn't even have. After the first quarter, you could see nothing's changed. Take him out.
Nope. When they went for it on 4th and 5 instead of kicking the field goal, when he didn't complete that pass, I'm like, well, I take him out because you just knew that would be one of those games again for Justin Fields. Same old Justin Fields, inaccurate, can't throw the easy pass. He's gonna suffer, and he did. 6 sacks to just
It's because he hold on to the ball. He doesn't know what he's doing, and he's basically lost. He just
they're all lost.
They're all I wish I had something positive to say, but there is nothing positive to say. Not yet.
Nope.
Not yet. I don't see anything.
The defense keeping them in games. That's it.
Yeah, and unfortunately they were on the field about 10 minutes more than the other team, and that's you don't expect you're going to wear them out eventually.
What'd you think about Glenn's the play calling before halftime?
What is it? It's the same old stuff.
But dude, how can he talk all this talk? We're built for this shit, and he let the clock run out and doesn't even call timeout and throw a Hail Mary. Like he's a quitter, dude. When football's all about trends. Like all these analytic nerds out there love analytics. Okay, when you do the same thing 2 weeks in a row, it's a trend. You quit 2 weeks in a row before halftime. You're a quitter. You have a losing mentality now.
You play it safe, and it makes it look stupid. Just
4th
throw the ball in the air. What's the difference? Throw it in the air. It's going to be the clock's going to end anyway. If you were willing to punt on that last drive because you were hoping that your defense would get the ball back, then even if the ball Hail Mary and they intercepted and there's like 20 seconds left, Where's your faith in your defense to kill that?
It would have been like 10 seconds. It would have been like,
yeah, whatever. But I'm saying, decide when you have confidence in your defense. You know, he's lost too. You know, it's going to be like this. This is the year. I know. So you just go on and watch. We're built to make shit. That's what we're built to.
They're making bigger
play
piles
those
of
shit.
it.
Yeah,
They're making bigger piles of it.
I don't. There's nothing positive. Nothing. No one's improving.
Nope.
And if he's going to stay, and I get a feeling he's trade. I don't think they're going to trade Brees either.
Well, he got hurt today too, so I wonder how bad it was.
Yeah,
he came back.
I think they'll franchise him because they just need the talent.
Bro,
it is.
I wouldn't do that.
I know you wouldn't do that.
You know who they should be playing? You know who they should be playing? They should be playing Brown Allen, but he got hurt on a kickoff return. That's really genius, isn't it?
Well,
More genius friggin' moving from this team.
I'm just thinking they're just going to bring in. They're going to hold on to whatever talent they have.
They don't have
I can see them trading Quinnen because of his
that.
age.
I can
Because
see
of
that.
his age. You know, send the brothers someplace.
Yeah, I think Quinnen and
isn't
Quincy
that-
will both be gone.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
But yeah.
Well, Ephraim, it's good talking to you, man. Let's go.
I wish. You know, they say I'm the voice of reason, but quite frankly, what reason do I have to talk at this point? There's really nothing. I can't tell you anything positive. It's just nothing is shown to me. You know,
It's as bad as it gets, man.
As bad as it gets, and it's going to get. And right now, you think it's bad now.
We're rebuilding to rebuild.
Yeah. What is the light at the end of the tunnel?
There's none.
There is absolutely nothing. There's no. It's not like you have a pool of coaches there sitting and waiting to get a job. It's always 2 or 3, maybe depending on how bad the other teams are, and they always seem to find a job where they prefer to stay away from this team, this market, and as you said it. Do you want to play for this owner?
Nope.
Do you want to be hamstrung in what you're doing? Do you want to be a puppet for what they want you to say and do?
No, it's
and that's it.
It's never going to end.
You got to come in and say, hey, you want me here? This is how I run the team. If the minute you interfere, I want it in my contract.
Well, they gave Glenn that power.
But again, the minute you interfere with me, I'm done, and you continue to pay for me. That's it. You have to stay totally away from me. Let me build a team. I know more football than you do. And I'm not saying that it's got to be a guy who's that powerful. Yep. And there's only one person I could see that's available. But like I said, they won't.
This is a great point. The Patriots did it faster than the Jets and Dolphins combined. They got the quarterback. They got the coach. They got Drake May.
We knew the coach was going there. We knew the coach was going there. That was a fact. He went to the Browns and. While what's his name was a placeholder for the position. That was it. In a minute, he knew he was going to be here in a simple way. They just used us to just say, okay, you know, make it look like a facade that I'm going to look at all my possibilities. Your possibility was New England, and you know it. So let's see. What do you?
Well, Ephraim, thank you for joining, man. I definitely appreciate it.
I wish I was better at situation, but you know.
I'm over this.
We don't know.
Can't do it anymore. There's nothing. There's no spin. There's no little embrace this, embrace that. Nothing to embrace. There's nothing at all. This is just going to get. You were actually right. You said it's going to get worse. It is going to get worse. Yeah. It is.
Yeah. I've seen this before. It's just when you know you want to fill up a bucket of water, right? Mm-hmm. Well, where's the water? You want to drink? You want to fill a bucket? Where's this water coming from?
Nowhere.
It's sad, but it's
the truth.
It's reality. It's absolute reality. You're gonna change anybody. It's not gonna be someone you think is good.
Nope.
Okay. They might have to go to college route.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Am I wrong?
I mean, you have to. I mean, I don't have any answers. I have no answers right now. None.
They're not. Yeah. If they can't get anyone in that's left over.
And college coach
hanging around
alive here too.
You know, pickings are slim. That's what I keep saying. It can only get worse.
Thank you guys.
On that note, have a wonderful evening.
Thank you guys for joining me, man. Listen, Melvin. I would like to give you hope. You got to hope once they do this fire sale, these guys can figure out how to rebuild this organization properly. But I have absolutely no faith in them doing that. So I'm probably the wrong guy to ask for hope right now.
Yeah.
Everybody enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Some good football on. 1 o'clock games are a disaster. Tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, which will probably be worse than this show. I'll talk to you guys later.
Be well.